As a memoir about a father and son who share little in common except a very close bond.
And the New York Times called local author Harrison Scott Key's new book funny yet tender. Harrison will be at the Savannah Book Festival on Saturday, but guess what? He's here with us right now, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
How are you?
Tell us a little bit about the book, first of all. How'd you come up with it, and what's it about?
Well, it's about my family mostly, and how I'm related to insane people from the South.
Aren't we?
And then there's a surprise revelation near the end that I'm also insane, so I sort of gave it away. But
and you discovered that a little bit later in life when you became a dad yourself, right?
Yes, yeah. So the first half of the book is really about my childhood in Mississippi and all of my comic failures there. And then the last half of the book is about Savannah and moving to Savannah and being a father and being a screw-up in a whole different way.
Mm-hmm. And I knew you were crazy because I saw your socks.
Oh,
Can you show your socks? Can you pick the?
Can you guys see
There
those?
you go.
Look, there you go.
They're great.
So tell me, the book festival. I mean, this is always an event that so many people come to, and you see so many different people. I think last year we saw like Patton Oswalt, and then all these other great authors. What's it mean to be a part of this?
Well, first of all, I mean, I'm really lucky to have been invited to be a part of the festival. You know, when they say the real definition of an expert is someone from out of town, and so being like the local, crazy guy, it's really nice to be invited. I think this is probably my 10th or 15th festival to do, but what's fun for me is I get to meet so many authors that I love and love to read. So I'm sort of like a fanboy. I have the VIP badge because I'm the author, but I really just use it so I can go.
So you can go backstage and meet
so I
everybody.
can get to meet all the people I want to meet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but of course you'll be doing a signing during that and meeting folks as well?
Yeah, so I'll be doing a talk at around 11:15 on Saturday at the Lutheran Church of the Ascension in their fellowship hall. And then I'll be doing a signing right after that. And I think that's how most of the events will happen on Saturday. The authors will read, and then you'll sort of follow them over to the signing.
The signing's out in the square, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe
think so, yeah.
I believe it's in one central tent, and that's where you can buy the books too.
And one of the fun parts about it is it's interactive because people can do question and answers as well. Do you do the question and answer?
Absolutely. In fact, I mean, sometimes people will ask a lot of questions, fantastic questions. And then other times I feel like my reading is so emotionally exhausting for people that I drain them of all questions that they can possibly ask me.
Put them through the ringer.
And so sometimes I'll bring a coffee can with questions that people can ask me that I've written myself, which is great because I already know the answers to those, and I'll pass them out. But hopefully, I think the Savannah audiences are notorious for asking great questions, so I don't think there'll be any problem with that.
So the background on the book is a bookish son and a football coach dad who seem to have very different personalities, but you have a very close connection.
Yeah, so, my father, he was a football coach and, a bass fisherman and a big hunter and just everything that you could, like, when you just think of, like, a stereotypical Southern man, that was my dad. And, I have round, funny glasses and wear, pretty socks. So we're very different people. And the book is really about, he was the sort of central mystery of my life, and I think that's how a lot of sons are about their fathers. And so I'd grown up telling stories about him, mostly so he wouldn't embarrass me when I brought people to the house. I would, sort of explain who he was. And when I was trying to come up with an idea for a book a few years ago, and I knew I wanted to write, and I'd been writing some funny stories here and there. And I asked one of my friends, I'm like, I just don't know what to write about. And she said, as long as you write it, whatever you do, just make it as funny as those stories you tell about your dad. And I was like, maybe that's my book. And so that's sort of how it started.
All right, so come see Harrison Saturday. What time? At
11:15
at
the Lutheran Church of the Ascension Fellowship Hall.
Fantastic.
That's on Wright Square.
Thanks so much. Congratulations
Thanks
already
so
on
much.
great
Yes.
success with the book, and good luck.
Thank you. Please make sure you get a shot.
The
at this
World's
book.
Largest Man by Harrison Scott
It's the
Key.
most amazing book you will ever read.
Yes, and you get a free pair of socks with it.
Yeah, and a free book cover.
Yes, it's a great cover.